Hey, you know what a Hummer is, right? That's that brand of trucks and SUVs that are considered the civilian version of the M998 Humvee, which is that military vehicle you've probably seen online or on TV like millions of times. Now, if you've driven next to a Hummer on the road, you know they are pretty big vehicles. But what about this version of the Hummer? Could this video possibly show a real vehicle? Or is this just some fancy CGI work by someone trying to fake the internet? Hey guys, Bill here, and welcome back to another episode of Real or Fake. The picture was sent in by Syed Ahmed, who just wrote, "Hey Bill, I saw this video on Facebook and I don't believe this Hummer truck is that big. What do you think? Is this real or BFF, as in big fat fake?" Well, Syed, I guess the only way to find out is to unleash the full fury of a real or fake investigation. So let's go. Taking a closer look at the video, we see the giant Hummer in the middle of the road. It looks like a split-lane highway we're on here. You can see the dividing wall over here and a car going the other way on the other side. Now, back on our side of the road, we have what look like two Toyota SUVs, which may or may not be police vehicles. You see on this one in the front here, we can see some emergency flashers, but hey, that doesn't prove they're police. Now, one of the vehicles is pointing in the wrong direction, and that's kind of odd, but I have no idea what that's about. I zoomed in as much as possible to see if we could get some info off the license plates, but the video was not clear enough. There's also some graphics or text on the side of the vehicles along the side, but once again, the video is not clear enough to give us a good read. Now, as far as that giant Hummer itself, it appears to be moving in reverse, but it's hard to tell if it's under its own power or not, or maybe, it's like being towed or something like that. My overall impression of this thing is it looks a little bit too simple to be a real vehicle. It looks more like a 3D model created in a computer. If we zoom in on the headlamps, you can see what I mean. Those aren't real headlamps. There's no detail in them. They're just, objects. And to me, that's always a giveaway for a computer-generated object, a 3D object. Now, but on the other hand, if it was just a computer model, would it be possible to place a character inside the vehicle walking around? Look at this. Here, let's look at this again. There's definitely a guy who's like walking inside that thing. So I don't know, maybe not. One other interesting piece of information that I see in the video comes from this road sign. It reads Al Nad, which I assume is a city somewhere. So I did a quick Google Maps search on this name, but guess what? I couldn't find a city by that name anywhere in the world. The closest I get was a place called Al Nahda in the UAE, or United Arab Emirates. So the fact that there is no town name Al Nad may be a bit of a giveaway here. So, all right, guys, that's about all the intel I have on this one. So I think it's time for you to make up your minds and let the world know what you think. If you think this is a real working vehicle that can drive down the road under its own power, I want you to go with real. On the other hand, if you think this is just CGI or even just a dummy mock-up, like with no engine or anything like that, then I want you to go with fake. And as usual, if you don't think I have a solid smoking gun answer, you can always go with, yeah, that's right, unknown. You ready? And go. Hey, while everyone is making up their minds and getting their votes out, I have a follow-up on something. A few weeks ago, I posted this video that claims to show a goldfish driving its own aquarium. At the time, I didn't have an answer, but now, thanks to Eric Ruther, we now know this video and its claim is Indeed. Real. Believe it or not, it's called Fish on Wheels and was developed by a group of college students in Israel.
The camera is up here and it looks down into the aquarium and it's connected with a cable to the small computer that's below. The camera sees the orange color of the fish and by using that it knows where to steer the car to.
When the controller sees the goldfish swim to the right, it steers the tank to the right. When it sees the fish swim to the left, it steers the tank to the left. Now, the fish quickly picks up on what's going on here and quickly learns how to drive itself around. Now, I don't know why they did this, but, who knows? Maybe we'll have goldfish taxi drivers in the future. Okay, now that we have that fishy mystery solved, what do you say we get back to our giant Hummer here? Is that a real vehicle that you can drive around in under its own power, or something else, like maybe so fake it's funny? Let's get out the red envelope here, see what we have. My problem is, why would you need a Humvee that big unless it was built to go out, on like the monster truck circuit? But then when you think about the monster truck circuit, those wheels aren't big enough to be on there. I don't know. Anyway, so let me take a look here, and here we go. And the official answer is, wow, guess what? It is real. That's right, this giant Humvee was recently built by a billionaire car collector. This billionaire has a museum called the Off-Road History Museum in the United Arab Emirates. And that is where this Hummer is being moved to in this video. Now, oddly, the inside of the vehicle doesn't look much like the inside of a regular Hummer. But in case you're wondering, it does have a working toilet and a place to wash your hands. I don't know why. The vehicle is 6 meters or 21 feet tall. It's 14 meters or 46 feet long and 6 meters or 20 feet wide. It's powered by 4 individual diesel motors, one for each wheel. But there is no word on what type of gas mileage it gets. But hey, when you're worth billions, what's a few hundred extra gallons of fuel? Chump change, right? Hey, don't go away just yet. There are a whole lot more real or fakes you can look at. Just go ahead and click on one.